I've been diagnosed with several different things, and they don't seem to be absolutely positive, of what I have, but from the time I was a little child, just always the kid who coughed all the time. When I'd get a cold, I'd get a bad one. In March, I was coming back from Texas. I'd been down to see my sister, and on the way back, I could tell I was starting to get a cough. Of course, as I get a cough, I start to panic. Seen a hospital sign, and I just drove to the closest hospital. When I got into the emergency room, I tried to explain to them, and I don't know if they thought I was over anxious, which I probably was to an extent, but they didn't. They kind of treated me like I was being a little crazy, They didn't really listen to what I had to say, and I explained to them, I have lung problems, and please, double check the tests or do these tests, and they just kind of patted me on the head, and they said, well, we're doctors, we know what we're doing here. When I get in respiratory distress, I tend to change very quickly, and often at other hospitals, they'll do my white blood cell count or, do an x-ray, and they won't find anything. And the one thing I like about here is, because I've been here, quite often now, is they actually truly listen to me when I come here, and that's been a problem for me, at some of the bigger hospitals.
We really truly do listen to the patient, and we encourage them that if they're not getting the message through, that we'll hook them up with somebody else to talk to within the facility, so that we're all hearing the same message from the patient.
When I first met Kim, she came with quite a file. It was very clear that she has a pretty severe lung disease, a pretty young person that could get sick very quickly, have a lot of trouble breathing, and it was not surprising that she would get worse before she got better.
A lot of the people that work here, and they look at you more than just a patient. I was the one who maybe coached their kids in soccer, or I was the one who went on the field trip with their children, or I waited on them last week, for breakfast. And so a lot of times I have other ties to them other than just being a patient. They seem to care a little bit more.
What I think that makes that experience special for them is that, it's not just so much what we say or what we do. We are explaining everything we're doing, or maybe it's just a hand on their shoulder, letting them know it's going to be okay, holding their hand for a second, and maybe sitting in the room and really listening to what they have to say, and showing them that we have all the time in the world, and they're like our only patient for the day, making them feel that way when maybe there's 10 other patients that need us at that moment. And I think that's what makes them feel special.
We're primary care. We will provide whatever we can for our patients in the community, and it does mean staying on top of things and increasing our technology as much as we can. And I think we've shown that throughout the whole hospital. And people like to come here if they can get their cares here and we can meet their needs. I do patient care rounding every morning, and we ask how we're doing and what we can do different or what we can do better. And I always hear, this is great, I've never been treated like this before.
We're a small team here. We are all completely involved in our patients' care. If I'm taking care of a patient, I'm the one that people come to with the questions. And I'm the one that's coordinating with all their other care team. So intricately involved with my patients' care.
I've definitely seen a big improvement in Kim's overall condition, and I think a lot of it has to do with, more than anything, just instilling the confidence in her that she can do these things. And it's amazing, just these little things that make a huge difference with her.
I usually go home feeling safe and secure, and I can do this, I can get over this, and I can get better. And they've gave me a lot of the knowledge I need, and just the support I need to get where I can start my life again.